Hello, and good morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are enjoying this day. Looks like we got a little bit of sun, but there's some overcast. My friend Jim is here, and he says that it looks like we might be getting shelf clouds, so it might be a cool opportunity to get some photography in today. So let me know in the comments, what are you guys shooting this weekend? Are you getting out and doing some distance portraits? Are you doing some landscapes? Are you looking for some wildlife? And also, has anybody checked on the foxes lately? I haven't seen a lot of fox photos posted recently, so has anybody checked on them? Are they doing well? I feel like if you've been out there, out to Huron, out to Sheldon's Marsh, let me know in the comments. I'm interested in knowing what's going on with those little rascals, if you will. So today we are not talking about wildlife. We are not talking about foxes. We are talking about this week's photo news. This is the Friday focus. This is one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is the photography news that you might have missed this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. I wanted to first start off by saying we do have the Talking Pixels podcast. We're working on getting another episode out today. In the Talking Pixels podcast, we talk about all things photo business related. So if you're looking for more of a inspiration to take that hobby to a full-time career, that's really what that podcast is all about. We don't talk about specials or deals or anything like that, gear. We talk all about starting a business, and even if it's retuning your business, that podcast is definitely worth a listen. So a few notes about the store. So we are open here at the store. If this is your first time watching, welcome. We are open at the store from 10 to 7 Monday through Friday and 10 to 5 on Saturday. So if there's anything you need, you can absolutely come in, say hi, pick up whatever gear that you need, or pick up a rental. We are definitely open for that. But we do have curbside service available as well. So if you don't want to come in, you don't feel comfortable coming into the store, then take advantage of our curbside pickup. With the curbside pickup, you can just pull up, give us a phone call, you'll see signs, and we'll bring whatever you need out to your car. Or if you don't want to leave your house at all, we offer shipping on thousands of items on our website. So if you are coming into the store, what can you expect? Well, number one, we've been disinfecting everything like crazy. We're making sure that everything is super clean and killing all the germs, or 99.9% of the germs, according to the side of the bottle. So we're going through and doing all of our disinfecting and making sure everybody is staying super safe and super healthy. Also in our store, we've actually kind of reoriented it so that way there's one constant pattern as people come in. So that way we're not getting super close to anybody. We're limiting it to a certain number of people in the store. We're requiring masks when people are in the store. So right now we don't have customers in here, so I took it off for this, but afterwards, we'll get that right back on. Also, we do ask that if you do come in the store, you bring your mask and you do stay a couple feet, 6 feet apart from one another, to make sure, again, that we're abiding by the guidelines. So for a couple more days, actually this weekend is the last time that you're going to be able to access this content. This slide's going to be pulled from the deck. The PPA is an organization for professional photographers, and they've actually opened up their online offerings for photographers for free. So even if you're not a member of the PPA, you can still have access to all this awesome content. So if you are looking for something to do this weekend, maybe it starts raining and you're stuck inside, this would be a good way to pass that time. So I did want to say hello to a few people. Hello, Terry. No time this weekend for photography, so hopefully soon you will, though. Jim Summers, he is working on wildlife this weekend. One of the kits did die there at Sheldon Marsh. That's really sad to hear. I was talking to somebody, and they had mentioned that it was at first the alpha male was possibly hit by a tree. So hopefully it's not the same one. Hopefully a second one didn't die. Jen Stitt says, hello, TJ. Hello, Jen. Chris Gilbert says, photo, camera. No, says all the cameras. He just came for the music, so he's probably already gone as it is. Yep, so one was found dead on the beach, possible drowning. That's really sad to hear. I guess I shouldn't have asked for that update about that foxes. It kind of ruins my Friday. But let's talk about what's not going to ruin my Friday, and that is our goals for today. Number one, I want to update you on the photography-related news that you might have missed this week. There's been a couple announcements, some awesome tutorials, even some rumors that I want to speculate on. And also, my goal is to pull you away from some of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's going on around us right now, and just talk about photo news. Talk about what's going on in our little section of the world, the photography world, and kind of pull you away from those other things that you that are kind of sidetracking you or pulling you away from photography, and also get you motivated to try something new. One of the things that we're going to talk about today is a great tutorial on retouching, and so maybe it's something that you haven't got into, you want to try. So my goal is to motivate you to try something new. And then also I'm here for any questions. So if you do have any questions during the live stream, I'm going to be bouncing back and forth for any of those questions. So if you have anything that's gear related or related to anything that we bring up during the live stream, I will be monitoring that and answering those questions for you. So let's jump into the news block. Number one, Panasonic releases a 20-60 full frame lens, and it's ultra compact. We actually were one of, I want to say, 3 people in the US that got a chance to have this before it came out. So we shot it earlier this week, and we put a video together that you can find at our YouTube channel. But it's a really interesting size. Number one, it's 20 millimeters to 60 millimeters. So on the wide end, that's a little bit wider than most kit lenses, 24 to 70, 24 to 105. We're down to that 20, which makes it great for being a little bit wider. It's also a great lens for doing any vlogging. It's not, you're not going to have to purchase that expensive, 16 to 35 or any of the 15, 17 to 35, any of that. This actually has a pretty wide angle, especially for a kit-like lens. This is coming in at about $600, which is one of the most inexpensive lenses for the L-mount Alliance. So, if you have a Leica SL, if you have an S series, or you have the Sigma FP, this is going to be a perfect pairing for that, because you're going to get a nice kit lens at only $600. So also another thing that was announced this week was a webcam utility for Fujifilm shooters. So if you've noticed our Instagram, we've been doing Instagram takeovers, and this was brought up by both Chris and Jameson, that this tool is now out for photographers for free. And that's what I love about mirrorless camera companies, is they put these updates out, they put these software packages out, and your camera gets better over time. So if you are a Fuji X shooter and you are on Windows, you can download this utility and you'll be able to do these. So just like I'm hooked up here, you'll be able to use that. Use your nice fancy Fuji camera and get great results for your webcams, whether that's Skype, Zoom meetings, FaceTime, any of those you'll be able to use. Well, not FaceTime because that's Mac only. Skyping, you'll be able to do that all with your Fuji camera. So go take a look at that. We also have a link to that in our Instagram. So if you go over to our Instagram, you'll see a link for that webcam utility. So this one was interesting, and this one I am going to jump back over to the comments for, because I want your guys' feedback on this. So I saw this news article, Walmart telling Photo Lab employees not to ask for proof of copyright. So I want to go back to about 3 or 4 years ago. When I was doing seniors and weddings, I actually had Walmart calling me and saying, hey, these people are, I had known the lady there, hey, these people are trying to print your photos. And like, they were really, really good about it. And they wouldn't allow you to, reproduce those. And there was actually times where I was in a pinch and I needed something like giveaways. I was actually going to an event and I needed to print off some photos, like just to, throw on the table. And they were things that I had, designed in Photoshop, and they weren't going to let me print them because they were professional photos. So they used to be really, really good, but now it sounds like they're not. They're just kind of throwing copyright out the window. So what are your thoughts on this? As far as your images being able to be printed without your, without your even knowing about it. I think that's pretty irresponsible. I don't know why they would, want that, why they would even push out something like a change in policy like that. But I don't like that they're not, not going back to the photographers and ensuring that the copyright is protected. So this was kind of disheartening for me. We'll see how it actually plays out. It didn't seem like it was, I didn't see this really widely covered, but I just hope it's not a trend for other places like CVS, Walgreens, and other places where, they're gonna just blankly print other people's images. So again, not really too thrilled about Walmart on that front. So let's jump into the education and tutorials block. So this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and that is to take just my photos from traveling and put them into a zine, like a magazine. So I actually found this article today as I was, thumbing through getting a couple tutorials, and it's a guide that kind of takes you through how to create your own photo magazine. And I think this is a great way to, not only document the, what you're doing in your photography, and you could create it for if you're doing your kid, even your own kids' photos, year by year. If you take a family vacation, for me, doing individual ones for like different trips to Ireland that we've done. I want to print album. I always push in my wedding business, to print the albums, but I've never done it for my own personal work. So this is something that I've kind of self-assigned as far as creating my own photography magazine, where I can kind of have, just a documentation of my travel, the work that I was shooting, and even some of the food stuff that I've done, so you can go back and see kind of how you grew as a photographer. So I went ahead and put this link in there, so if that's something that you guys are interested in, kind of that jumpstart that you needed as far as, getting that project started. So moving on from there, one of the tutorials that I told you about earlier was this retouching tutorial. So check out that hair. And this is something even when I was doing seniors and weddings, I never really took time to learn anything about hair retouching. And after watching this advanced, long video about how to do it, I never realized how much was involved with getting good hair. And again, for a lot of the, for some of the folks that are on here, you might not do portraits, and I'm sorry, this was something I found super, that you can go into so much detail to make the hair look good. And if you look at that image that's up on the screen, how much it does make a difference going through and cleaning up the hair, and how the light hits the hair, it just totally adds to that retouch. So if you're looking to up your game when it comes to retouching, if you are looking for just adding those skills to your tool, or those tools to your tool belt, I found that this was a very good free advanced tutorial on how to do hair retouching. So I want to let you know that Sigma is still doing their contest. So the Sigma Shot at Home contest has been going on for a couple weeks now, and I want to say they're doing like $500 a week is what they're giving away. So I like to drop this in there just to remind you, A, they're doing this, but B, to push you to be creative even if you are stuck at home. So if you go over to Sigma's website, just go to sigmaphoto.com, you'll see this big banner up there that'll take you right to the Sigma Shot at Home contest page and how to submit and all that. But it's worth just throwing your hat in the ring to possibly win, $500. And they're doing this for photo and video. So if you are a videographer and you are watching this, you have the opportunity to win some cold hard cash as well. So on our YouTube channel, I wanted to remind you that we do have all the videos that we've done, unless they got pulled for copyright, Bobby Lane's video, which you can watch on Facebook. It's still on Facebook. It's still good there. But if you want to watch anything that you might have missed because you were away from your computer, if you go over to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/thepixelconnection, you'll actually see all of the videos that we have done, all for the last, how many, has it been like 90 days, at least 90 days that we've been doing these videos. You can go back and watch that whole catalog of stuff over on our YouTube channel. So let's get into the rumors. This is always fun because we get to speculate on what's coming out from the different, all the different companies. So the first one is this one. I swear it just keeps getting recycled. We've been wanting a new A7S. We, being the photo community, have been wanting the new A7S, and we've been, saying it's going to come out every year. I feel like it's, this is going to be our year. Like a Browns, if you're a Browns fan, this is going to be our year that we're going to do it. We're going to get to the Super Bowl, and we won't give up on this rumor. So it looks like we're getting a little bit closer to it being a possibility. The rumor now is 2 cameras and at least 1 new lens to be announced in June. And what they're speculating is that the A7S is going to compete against the R5, which to me is really interesting because the A7S, when it came out, it was known for 2 things. Number 1, great low light capability, and B, just the video capability that it had. That was like the lineup, where you had the Sony A7, which is in the middle. It's a balanced camera. You have the A7R series, which is really heavy in the high megapixel and photo range. And then the A7S was always this video, since the A7S II was really focused more on video. So they're comparing it against the EOS R5. So the R5 doesn't really seem like it. I mean, does it have amazing video features? Absolutely. But it doesn't seem, everything that I've read about the R5, it's not targeted at a video only camera. So what they're saying is, will it even compete at this point? And Sony would have to do a lot for it to compete with the specs that have been published for the EOS R5. And I'm wondering, what's your guys' opinion? Is Sony missing the boat here by not having an A7S or something that's competing against the R5? Do you think there's going to be kind of an exodus of people that leave Sony to go back to Canon with all of these promised specs? I mean, the EOS R line has gotten great autofocus. There's great glass. Adapting the glass to go to the original EF mount, there's so many EF lenses, and it works really, really well. So do you think we're going to see a switch from the Sony camp jumping over to the Canon camp? I want to know your guys' thoughts kind of in the comments if you think that we're going to see people jump over there. And then also, if you are a Sony shooter, what lens would you like to see? They are rumoring, one lens. What would be a lens that you would like to see in this announcement? What's missing in your kit? So speaking of lenses, it looks like Tamron's set to launch a new lens, new zoom lens is what they are saying. So I'm thinking, and we at the store, like we were just talking about it a little bit, we think it's going to be kind of the all-in-one kind of travel zoom, whether that's like a 28 to, over 100, kind of that all-purpose lens to kind of carry around. But they're saying it's going to be very small. It's going to have the size of the 28 to 75, which is only about, I want to say like yay big. So Tamron's been on fire lately, especially with like the 70 to 180, and we did a whole video on the 70 to 180. It's on our YouTube channel. But the 70 to 180 is very, very compact, especially compared to the 70 to 200. So if Tamron keeps doing what they're doing, we're going to see some of these larger full-frame lenses being shrunk down and easier to carry. So that's something I'm excited for, and I think other Sony shooters would be excited for that as well. So I want to talk real quick about Pixel Photo Fest. So as of right now, we are still pushing forward. I was actually talking to Fuji this morning about, getting a couple speakers lined up. So August 14th through 16th, we are going to have some of the best photographers in the industry coming here to teach and train for an intense 3-day event. And again, we've already announced 10 speakers. We have another group of 5 that we're going to be announcing very soon. But I challenge you to find a better use of $99 where you can get this much hands-on education. And I know there's some people that are worried about, is it going to be canceled? And to be honest, if we're having an open conversation right now, our goal is to have an event that day. So let's say worst case scenario, we have to push. Obviously we're going to try to push to the fall. That's our best case scenario. But we're still going to have an event on that day, even if it's virtual, we're still going to have all these speakers do some type of event. And then worst case scenario, we will roll all the tickets that have already been purchased over to next year's Pixel Photo Fest. So you're not going to be out. If anything, you're going to get more. You're never, ever, ever going to get less whenever we have to make changes. So if you are on the fence about this, just know that if you do buy your ticket, we will 100% take care of you and make sure that an event happens, or if need be, we can always process that refund. But again, we want to make sure that we have the best photography conference in the Midwest, and that is what we're pushing for. If you want to come and you haven't bought your ticket yet, you can actually save $100 by using the code Lunch and Learn. And again, that takes you from $200 down to $99. So it's a great opportunity for you to get your ticket and have 3 days. $33 a day is all it is to get intense photography education. So wait, just in my headset, I just got a special news bulletin that came out now. So if you've noticed, we've been working a lot with Fuji this week, and they've been taking over our Instagram account. And again, I think Chris is still in here. He did a hilarious little adventure into the woods to find the XT4. So if you want to just keep an eye on what we're doing with Sony, sorry, I was watching the comments to see if I had to put anything up there. It is hilarious. They've been doing a great job over at Fuji, and we're still doing that Instagram takeover today. But we are doing free Fujifilm rentals. So you can get a 3-day rental for free by heading over to our website and clicking on rentals. So just head over to the Pixel Connection. You'll see where the rentals button is there. And use code FujiRocks to get a free 3-day rental. And it's really meant to be a try before you buy. So if you've been looking at that X100V, if you've been looking at that X Pro 3, then definitely take a look at it. Jump on there and take advantage of that. And thank you, Fuji, for working with us to offer that to you guys. Also, the Fuji techs, they're actually doing tech time. So if you set up, let's say you're a Fuji shooter or you've been thinking about it, if you set up time to set up and go through a tech time, kind of a tech appointment for free, you'll actually get some additional savings on your Fuji gear. So I definitely urge you to take a look at our website. If you go to the, just do a search for Fuji on our website, you'll see the banners up for the tech time. But take advantage of that. Again, someone like Chris, let's say you want to learn a little bit more about landscape, sit down with him for an hour and pick his brain on landscape photography and how he uses his Fuji cameras for landscape photography. So with the Instagram takeovers today, we're actually doing a free camera giveaway. So what we're going to do is towards the end of the day, we're going to do some Fuji trivia. So what all you have to do is go over to Instagram, the.pixel.connection, and then follow us along. And then what you're going to do is you'll see the question come up, and all you have to do is share it to your Instagram story with the answer. And we're going to give away some swag. We're going to be giving away a camera. So that is definitely something you want to take a look at this afternoon. We are going to be doing that towards the end of the day. So take a look at the stories. And then if you go to our Instagram page, you'll see the highlights. Definitely go back and watch the stories that we've done so far. Brian Manier was on there, shared some awesome landscape photography. Jameson was on there, and I don't know how he finds what he finds, but he was able to find like the perfect macro shots just for just walking down the road, hand holding with the GFX, just some awesome shots. And then yesterday, our hilarious adventure into the woods with Chris. It's worth watching, guys. They're taking their time and they're putting out some really cool content. So go take a look at those. So moving on from the Fuji stuff, if you do have any questions or you need additional help outside of Fuji and you want to schedule a virtual one-on-one, we have those available as well. So just head over to our website, social.thepixelconnection.com, and you'll see where you can schedule that time for a virtual one-on-one. And we can sit down with you kind of in this format and just pick your brain, or you can pick our brains, and we'll find out what you need help with, and we are more than happy to do that with you. I also want to let you know about Sigma. We are still working with Sigma to raise money for the Cleveland Food Bank. So 5% of your Sigma lens purchase goes directly to those in need. That money goes right to local families that are in need in this difficult time. So if you have any questions on that, please reach out. But 5% of your lens purchase goes directly to that. So what do we have going on this week? So on Monday, we have landscape tips with our friends at Nisi Filters. We've got a whole line of Nisi. We've actually had a ton of customers coming in this week and buying new Nisi filters. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about landscape and how filters work and what filters you need, tune in on Monday because a representative from Nisi is going to be talking a lot about landscape. And then it's not just here is this filter, this is the code, you should buy this. It's not meant to be selling at all. It is meant to educate and show you how a professional uses those filters. On Tuesday, right now it's tentative, but working with Sony, Bear from Sony, to talk a little bit about the Sony awesomeness that is. On Wednesday, we have a special lighting demo. Special. What could it be? Ooh, maybe we should jump into the rumor section and speculate. But we are going to have a special lighting demo with our friends at ProPhoto. I'm really excited about that one. On Thursday, we're going to have Paul Giroux on. So if you look early on, like when we first started, I had Paul on for a Pints and Pixels episode where we talked about his project, which was photographed during the COVID. That was right when it was starting to break. But he's going to be on to talk a little bit about mixing photo and video. And Paul has always been a kind of a hybrid audio or a hybrid photographer where he would shoot video and photo and then bring them together to tell a super compelling story. So we're just going to sit down and kind of chew the fat and talk about kind of what his workflow looks like. What are the projects he's worked on in this way? But again, you'll be able to hear from a Sony artisan kind of how he does that kind of hybrid storytelling. And then Friday, we're right back here to talk about the Friday focus. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Oops. Oh, that was the other thing. How do I get the slides from today? So if you go to our website, thepixelconnection.com, and you see that little pop-up to subscribe to our newsletter, I send out a whole write-up about the weekly news articles on Friday evening, so you'll be able to get access to all of those direct links. And you can always just reach out to us too if there's a certain tutorial or something that you need, and we can get those sent out for you. So if you guys need absolutely anything, please let us know. Thanks for taking the time, 25 minutes out of your day to chit chat about the photo news. If you need anything from us, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can shoot us an email, find us on Instagram, or go on Facebook or give us a call. We're here for you. Pretty much anything. Send smoke signals if you want to. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and thanks for watching. We'll see you.